Well, good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Whittler Dave here on this cold Tennessee morning. You know, it is cold. Well, I thought we'd do a little something different just for a few. I'll get back on Tommy the Turtle. I don't want to bore everybody about the same carving and everything. These are these little whimsical kitties I do. Just fun, folk art. Very simple, but I want to say thank you to everyone that gave me such wonderful comments on my last video. You guys are my family. I love every one of you, that all the comments that you just made an old man feel really good, and I want to personally thank you for those wonderful comments. It helped out. Thank you. You don't know what you all mean to me. You know, I wish we all could live in the same area, just side by side in the same cul-de-sac or the same mountain area or something, and we just all would float around from shop to shop and just have a community of love and building and making, and gosh, that'd be awesome. I got a new follower. Her name is Kim. She lives in Florida, and I'm going to tell you what, folks, she is a phenomenal carver. I've already looked at her work. She kind of reminds me of some of me, you know, some of the styles that I do. But she is a wonderful carver. I mean, she impressed me so much. We've already talked. Her name is in my phone. That way if she calls me, her name pops up and everything. But I'm just telling you, she is a phenomenal carver. So eventually I'll link you guys, hopefully, to some of her website. Maybe I'll get permission if she would like, and then that way you could see some of her work. But anywho, well, I'm just sitting here just whittling and diddling. I'm just not really doing nothing crazy. Like I said, I've been cleaning the shop, and I'm going to build a wooden scaffolding in here so I don't have to go up and down a ladder with my back and my legs and stuff. It's really hard for me, and I want to start stringing my wiring out and think of a way to get all that in there. So if I build a wooden scaffolding, all I got to do is walk across it. I don't have to climb up and down a ladder, just basically one time. You know, I could actually get up on my table saw and then get up on the scaffolding and then do so much work and then move down. I've built them before when back in the day when I first started my construction business. I didn't have no money. I had the ability to remodel and build, just like the ability to do this. But other than that, we're all doing good in Tennessee. You know, we're just trying to get through this crazy winter. We get through February, I'll be the happiest old man you'll ever meet. Because then, once you get through February, yeah, you can still have bad weather and stuff, but it's a downhill road to that spring. Now, Brian, he doesn't like that, because he likes it like this. He does. He likes it cold, and not me. They've had snow in Florida and ice, and them poor people. I was talking to my friend there in Florida this morning, and I was just like, yeah, can you imagine just going to a vacation? Like, let's go to sunny Florida on vacation. Yeah, we'll swim, and we'll all walk up and down the beach and say they're from Buffalo, New York, or Minnesota, or Michigan. So they get to Florida, and they wake up the next day. Man, this would be terrible. And boom, they've got snow. They might as well just stayed at home. That would be my luck. It would. I like warmth so much. Yeah, that'd be my luck. Feel sorry for those. That would be terrible, but can't control Mother Nature. No, it's just a simple little kitty. Just round over. There's nothing really anybody can do these. Seen some more drawings, cartoon drawings of these weird looking chickens. Now, I've got to come up with the concept of redrawing and figuring out how I can carve them, because they are a drawing. You know, they're a printout, probably done by computer or an AI type thing. I don't know, but they've inspired me, and so I haven't drawn one yet, and I haven't put pencil to paper yet. And after I do that, the next concept would be from pencil to paper, paper to wood. So, but they're just really cartoonish, fun, whimsical stuff that I enjoy doing. You know, like I said, everybody has a love in woodworking. You know, everybody has something they like to do and enjoy, and everybody's got something. And like I said, I just like the whimsical, fun stuff. And of course, I live in a tourist town. You know, I live in a place you gotta have knockoffs. You'll hear me say that all the time. You gotta have knockoffs. And knockoffs mean you gotta have stuff that's cheap. You know, this place here in Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, is ridiculously expensive. It's way too much expensive for what you get here. You know, it's just too expensive for families. Shoot, we don't even have a McDonald's or anything downtown Gatlinburg anymore, because, you know, I spent years there. They want you to eat at all them fancy restaurants. Well, there's families that can't afford that. You know, when you got kids, you got kids. When you bring your grandkids down, you're on a budget nowadays. They don't even have nothing. It's a shame. I wish they'd put maybe an Arby's here or a Burger King or something like that. It'd help out families. Yes. Oh, let's see here. The head's got to set inward. Yeah. Okay. But no, I'm getting ready to work on some electricity. And then I've got spring shows coming up. So in February, I got to start doing that. And then, like I said, I've got a few other projects that are very definite. You know, there's going to take a lot of design and a lot of forethought and a lot of using the old Google brain when I do this type of work. So, yeah. But I've been posting more on Facebook. And remember, you know, that's under Whittler Dave too. Anything I do in life is under Whittler Dave. You know, I'm on Google Maps. You come to Tennessee, type in Whittler Dave. That's all you got to do. Just type in Whittler Dave, and on Google Maps, and it's going to show you the house. It's going to give you my phone number. Lord have mercy. It's going to tell you exactly how to get to the house. So that's simple. And then my Whittler Dave Facebook stuff, I gotta, you know, you can see things that I do. I do short videos on that, and, you know, little snippets of that. You know, I showed everybody the other day how I took my hatchet and was cutting this out. See, look how neat how this gnome hat's going to be. How I've swooped all this. Well, this all started with a hatchet first. It was just a block of wood. You know, I glued 6 of these together, sugar pine. So I was showing people that's on Facebook, and, you know, this is just one of my whimsical little dudes. And I didn't go to Burger King yesterday and everything, so I was just sitting around, and I just whittled out another shoes. I always have carved shoes. They're fun, folks. You want something whimsical, and of course I always put mice in mine and everything. If you want something whimsical and just to knock out a few, just some of the day, make you a shoe. Remember, my saying is there's no right, no wrong, and no one, and I mean no one is perfect. I was talking to another guy, and he says, well, he would sell some of his, but it's not good enough. And I'm like, oh, back the train up. as long as you're making, trying, and designing and everything, it is worth it. It is perfect. It is 100% good enough. I don't want anybody to ever think, you know, their stuff is not good enough. Don't ever think that. If you're putting the love and the effort into it, well, it is. And like I told him, I said, I have never considered myself a professional. I'm not. I don't want to be that. I'm just an old man that learned a long time ago, and I enjoy this. I love this. I live and eat building, woodworking, wood carving, using the hatchet. That's what I like. Putting a little swoop, 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 dee-doo. I get that tail swoopy. Made out of that old cedar that I have. I love cedar. Yes, I do. Yeah. Been cutting some skids for a friend of mine. She's trying to get into some woodworking, and she's gotten all these free skids, and you know, so I'm trying to process that out for her and try to help her out. She has 0 in woodworking. She is a phenomenal painter. I will say that. She does that. So she wants to take some of this and put paintings on it and make different doodads and things, and then highlight her craft by painting on it. So she's a good friend of my wife's and everything. She helps my wife out. So I really don't care about skids. I mean, it's hard to get decent skids. Very hard. But, you know, like I said, she helps my wife out a lot. So I'm in the process of cutting all that and straightening the edges up. I mean, I'm not cutting to length. I told her I would rough it out. And then if she wants to, she's supposed to come here and learn some woodworking skills, how to use machinery, and you know, I told her she could buy her a little hand scroll saw. She definitely needs an orbital sander and stuff like that to help her out. That's, you know, scroll saw, well, yeah. But for the first thing, she's going to come here, and she's going to she's going to Italy. She's from Italy and stuff, her family and stuff. So she's got to come here after that and just spend a day with me. And we just basically have a whole day of explaining what tools do and what the things you don't want to do and the things that you can do, things that I do and I don't want you to do, because I've got a lot of years in using machinery. So, like I tell people, I'm going to teach you, but if you see me doing it differently, you do not mimic me. I have too many years in doing things. Made too many mistakes, and I've got too many tricks. Yeah. So I'm hoping that she'll do that, because she wants to make some Christmas trees, and I picked her up some wood for that, and got a tree cut out. Now she's got to come here and finish cutting it. I've got it sized to the length and stuff like that. So it's all up to her now. I mean, I can't lead you to water. You got to do what I do, you're going to be covered in dust and dirt and filth. And I mean, you're not going to have the best clothes on. I mean, I am going to go to the Goodwill this year. I like buying used clothes. No sense in me buying nothing fancy. I need to replenify some of my work shirts for the next year and this year, and you know, for winters and stuff. I don't want to look like a total bum for everybody. I've been asked that before. I've been asked, that's been a long time, but a person asked me, do I have any better clothes? I'll never forget that one. Yep. Guess he didn't think I could afford anything. One thing I am not foo-foo. I am not fancy at all. Just remember where your center line is. I see it. You know, it's not ready yet. We're just still tipping the head. That's all we're doing. Got that Sorbet knife. This was the one that was a nightmare to sharpen. I don't know why, but it was. It was a nightmare. Got a little shoulder here. Little knot there. I mean, that's what you deal with when you deal with cedar. You're going to run into knots. There's a knot. And, you know, cedar's a fun wood, but it's an unforgiving wood. It can split out on you, I mean, instantly. And then you're like, oh. And then you got to learn, how am I going to fix that? You got to really understand cedar. Because it's a pretty wood. You don't have to put no stain on it. Especially when you get, if you can find the white in it. I love that white. You've seen some of my statues and stuff that I've carved on this channel before. And yeah, I love the white. The white's pretty. Oh, did you hear that? Kitty, 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 kitty. Alrighty. Let's see here. I want this to be that's going to be the front, basically. So that's why I've really swooped this. Because it will be a two-sided carving. You got to on these. So I really want to put some love right in here. And then I'll take, it won't be exactly center. It's going to kind of run in here because I'm swooping you. Swoop. Swoop-de-doo. Swoop. Swoop-de-doo. Swoop. Swoop. Swoop-de-doo. After all the years that I have wood carved or anything, I still love that sound. I did. I don't know, when I was a kid, I had a burlow tree pocket knife. I mean, I was just greener than a snake. And, you know, and it wasn't, it was just the idea that it looked like something. That's all I can say. But I just kept practicing. Kept seeing it. Now, after all these years, that's why I don't sleep. I can't shut my crazy brain off. Getting a little swoopty here. Bought me a new vacuum cleaner. I tell you what, I bought a vacuum cleaner last year. It wasn't even a year old. And it burned up the other day. I was the most unhappiest person. So, I bought another one. But this one's got a warranty on it. I mean, I use a vacuum cleaner constantly in the shop. It runs sometimes all day long. I fire it up constantly because I make so much sawdust and so much dust, and you know, and just I use a vac constantly. And I was the most, and I was cleaning the shop, and it'd have to burn up. It did, and I'm very religious of dumping it. That's the thing. I don't let it build up dust. I blow the filter out. I blow the motor out with the compressor, and I'm very, very. I have a program of how to take care of it, and I just got it. Probably wasn't even 6 months old, and I bought it. I bought it on Amazon, and I'm not happy at all. Brian and I we're actually going to try to get a hold of where I bought it at. I'm going to leave a comment about, you know, I mean, your product was very poor, you know, to only last that long. You know, that's, you know, I mean, I know I ain't going to get nothing out of it. But like I told Brian, it'll make me feel better. You know, it cost me money. I lost money. I had to go out and buy another one. But I bought my other one at Lowe's and everything, so went to Newport, Tennessee and picked it up. Dropped another $80 right there for a vacuum cleaner. That I didn't want to do that this winter, but I had to. Yep. Yeah, look at that. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, I like my little kitty. Now, this is going to get swooped too, but in a different way, because I don't want this to be more prominent than the other side. So one side's going to be the main front. These will get tapered into each other, but a little, not as much love. Because this is going to be the front. I really want that to stick out. Like I said, we'll get back on Tommy. I didn't want to bore everybody doing the same wood carving. Tommy's a lot of work. When you do relief carvings, you don't want to hurry on relief. These here, you can, if you stay with it, you can knock one of these out in an hour or so, really. Mainly, these are, there's no facial, it's just a folk art, stuff like that. Not hard at all. Oh, where's my coffee? Gotta keep the old body warm. Like I say, you ever come to my shop, you want to make an old man happy, black coffee's all I drink. No foo-foo in my coffee. That's the way I like it. If you want to put foo-foo, go for it. I'm not going to make fun of you. But my wife put foo-foos in hers, and that's fine. Everybody likes something different in life. But for an old man that's been drinking coffee ever since he's been a little boy, I just like mine black. Yep. Oh, pain in the old hand. That's called arthritis. Old Arthur dude don't like me sometimes. Hoping it warms up the next few days a little bit better outside, because I've been doing some winter cleanup around the house and the barn. So I got plenty to do. I like to get that done before spring. If I had that little skidster that come by the house the other day, I could do this really fast. I'd jerk out those tree stumps in the back. But I've got a plan for them next year. I got something planned. They're coming out one way or another. Brown in his tail. Like I said, I want this more swoopy and this just kind of going around. Have a little swoop, but not as much as the front, because the front's the prominent part. The part that I want, that's how I'm going to place it. You'll know where to set it. Eyeball keeps itching. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Like I said, we're going to have to put a little love in it, because the tail is bending. You think of the way the tail moves and how it lays and stuff like that. Yeah. We'll lose all this flatness here. All this will go. It's just a lot of, we got to start taking this towards that way. A little swoop, not as much. thin it down a little bit. Okay, now I bent it this way, so that means it's got whoopee, because I want the tail to bend right here. You know, wood carving and buildings, just looking at it and talking to it and listening to it. It's telling you, once you start a pattern, it will talk to you on the other side. And it will explain what you need to do. And if you learn to listen, just listen to it. It's giving you the idea of what you need to do. Now, maybe that sounds nutty, I don't know. But I've always been able to talk to woodworking, and it talks back to me. Maybe that sounds nutty, but, well, that's alright. I've been told worse. I see how this is bending, and now this is going with the flow. It can't be straight here. If you bend this and it's straight, it doesn't flow. So you got to think about that. I mean, you can carve the tail straight if you wanted, but gotta think about it. Use what God gave you is your brain. That's your first computer. None of this Google and stuff like that and AI and stuff. Nope. You were born with the first computer. You got to dust it off and learn to use it. It will tell you what you need. It never runs out of batteries as long as you take care of it and everything. Just listen to it. That's all you got to do. Well, let's see here. Got a few more minutes. I hope everybody enjoyed the little kitty. It's, like I said, it's just a faux card. That's all it is. We still got to drop the head this way. Let's get this. This is going to be simpler. I don't know why I didn't do that a minute ago. I'm just trying to use one knife, but you know, I have old hands. These old hands could talk. They would tell you a story. They've been around for a long time. But I want to say thank you to everybody. Like I said, the comments on the last video, you really made an old man happy. You know, all I ever wanted to do was start a channel. There's nothing vulgar on my channel. You can set your children down, your grandkids, and you just walk away. They can watch an old man wood carve, talk about things, and they can laugh. My wife laughs at me all the time when she watches my videos. And that's totally cool. You know, I just wanted to start something to find other people out there that like me, and I've done it. I love when people chime in and everything, and I do. And like I told you, daveposton@gmail.com. I've seen my stuff. Send me your pictures. I know what I do. I love, and I mean 100%, I love when the phone chimes and it's somebody that, you know, it's a wood carver or a painter or using wood burning, anything like that. Sewing. It's art, folks. It comes from your heart and your soul, and that's your love. So you've got my respect. So that's one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel. I'm asked that a lot. You know, it is. So my channel is 100% safe. Like I said, I stress that. I take pride in that and everything. I want you all to enjoy my channel and don't have to worry about anything that's said wrongly. Okay? Well, anywho, better get ready to jump off here. I'm just rambling old man. Wanted to talk to somebody and just thought, well, let's don't do Tommy the Turtle. Let's get the kitty made out of cedar. Remember to hit that notification up there. That'll let you know when Whittler Dave puts out a video and everything. I appreciate and love everyone. I mean that 100% from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel and likes to see the old man wood carve. But anywho, Whittler Dave will just talk to you later, and I thank you again. Y'all have a blessed day.